Are you concerned about the operation of your school? Do you feel that a single voice is responsible for the narratives? Does it concern you that funds are mismanaged? Are you concerned that the wrong people are appointed for the roles? Does the staff turnover rate worry you? Are you concerned for the policies and their impact on learning outcomes? When schools are poorly managed, this has a huge impact on the culture of the educational community. The root cause of poor outcomes, low employment engagement and morale, frustrated students and parents, objectives not being met, low satisfaction from stakeholders, poor behavior, and high staff turnover in schools is outrageously poor management. Let's explore some other features of poorly managed schools. When schools and organizations are managed well, communication is effective and efficient. Colleagues explain and dialogue about responsibilities and project progression. Everyone is clear about their duties and responsibilities. All staff are aware of the policies, procedures, and practices. Where schools and organizations are managed well, policies are clear for all to understand, and they are applied fairly across all staff regardless of their position. Staff are always able to exercise their right for support from their unions without feeling that they have placed a mark on themselves for termination. Union representatives are welcomed and regarded as part of duty of care to staff. On the contrary, where schools are mismanaged, ambiguous policies are used so that leaders can interpret them as they choose when the situations arise. Where schools and organizations are managed well, staff retention increases and promotion is good. When staff are working in an environment where they feel able to maximize their potential, their ideas and contributions are readily valued, they are more likely to be happy at work. Staff equally wants to work where they feel that there is a great sense of duty of care towards them and their workload is manageable. Where staff feel undervalued, working under duress, overworked and under-supported, unhappy or unfulfilled, they are more likely to sever ties with their employers. Some organizations have extremely large management pyramids. The staffing structure looks almost like a frustrum, where there are too many staff in management positions and too few people in the area where the work needs to be done. This misdirects funds and places undue pressures on staff to get more done than is feasible. This results in burnout, frustration, increases staff turnover, and inconsistencies for students or clients. Good, well-balanced staffing increases efficiency of outcomes and a stronger work philosophy. There is a curve of success with leadership duration. The good leadership tend to see a gradual rise in the curve before it plateaus. The plateau may hold for an extended period and then the inevitable downturn begins. Where leaders are in post for extended periods or decades, they sometimes get out of touch and fail to adapt with the changing demands. This only leads to further and more rapid decline and despondency in staff and clients. Additionally, where management and leadership are good, new ideas are championed and politics and blatant favoritism are kept to a minimum. Where leadership is good, employees have independence and productivity levels are high. There are people responsible for making the decisions and not just one person whose ideas may be very much out of touch and is often not the best for tackling the problem. Autocratic leaders tend to use their narrative in an attempt to convince staff that things are going great or question their assessment of the situation. Equally, autocratic leaders can present as bipolar in their behaviors, expectations, and duty of care for staff. They act openly as though they care. However, when such care needs to be demonstrated, they display a total lack of regard for the situation, advocating only their agendas. Workplace and schools are changing drastically, and some leaders are finding it difficult to direct and adapt the culture of organization to meet the demands of all stakeholders. Before you jump ship from a sinking, poorly managed organization, ensure that where you are going have a solid and good management team. Be objective in your search for where you would like to be and where you would want to spend your hours of work fulfilling purpose and achieving your full potential. What is your classification of the management of your workplace? What are some of the changes you would like to see?